Okay, so what we need to do, we need to determine where we're going to cut. We need to draw a straight line. So I think that if we, down a little bit actually, if we go across there, it cuts out all this rotten corner. So we draw a pencil line there, and that's where we'll put the saw through it to cut a nice, neat, straight line, and then we'll deepen it up by hand with the chisels. So there's our line cut. Nice, neat, straight line on the side we're keeping. Right, she's sharpened. Now this is a beaver tail masonry chisel. It's Italian, hand forged. It's a mallet chisel. And we use that now to cut and shape this. And we don't want to be going, you know, like bang, bang, bang. Just tap, tap, tap. Nice and gently. Try not to hit that with my chisel there. That's rock hard cement mortar, which I'm going to have to extract, but we'll get that in a minute. But if I hit my chisel on that, it'll just dull my chisel straight away. And I've just sharpened it. Now you notice your chisel, it's on an angle sort of about that much. You don't want it like that. You know, you're a bit of an angle because you're taking shavings off it. You're not taking big chunks out. We'd use a different chisel. We'd use, if we were going to take big chunks out, we'd be using that, which is a pitching chisel. But because we're trying to do it gently to not damage or disturb any more, we're using the old beaver tail. Of course, it does take time. You know, you're not going to have that out in 2 minutes. You know, you can spend an hour slowly chipping away at that. And then, you know, cut a piece of stone and glue it in there and, you know, go over it with a cut disc and go over it with a flapper disc and go over it with a sanding disc until it's perfect. It takes time. So don't think, you know, you can Saturday morning just shoot out and get a pebble or two off the beach and stick it to your stone lintel to make it better. There's a lot more to it than that. Right, so we're going to attack it now with the raking chisel, which helps us to level it out a bit easier. Again, we don't want to be, you know, you're not bang, 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 gentle. Again, we get the little beaver tail because we have to come this way because it's going down to nothing there. So we can't really get in with the raking chisel without damaging anything. That much, which is a ½ inch, which I think will be enough to put a piece of stone in there. Could always take a bit more out and flatten it a bit more if need be. If you have a look there, I've cut out a little square. Now there was a brown mark there, and I thought it was just discoloration in the stone, you know, on part of the stone, pebble or something set in it, but it wasn't. It was some plug wood. Somebody had plugged it with a piece of wood, drilled a hole and plugged it for whatever reason. So I've cut it square, cut it deep, got all the wood out of it, and when we do that, we'll put a little piece of stone in there as well. Because all that's going to happen is that wood, now there's no paint on it, of course, that wood's just going to rot and it's going to end up with a big hole there anyway, which will erode and erode and erode. So we might as well do it while we're doing. There you go. That's a fresh piece of stone cut and ready to insert. And here we have the finished job. It's not going to dry out yet, but it'll match fairly well once everything is completely finished.